Peace, y'all. It's your girl, Q the Astrologer, back with another prediction. Welcome to Game Time Astrology Podcast. First and foremost, the first and only sports astrology podcast. You've heard it here first. So let's go ahead and talk about the New York Knicks. So I do have the New York Knicks coordinates in terms of their transits for June the 5th, okay? And so I was actually talking to one of my sisters, one of my favorite people in all the land, and I was making predictions about this NBA playoffs of 2025. And I predicted that the New York Knicks would not make the NBA championship, and it would actually be OKC and the Indiana Pacers. And I made that prediction on Saturday, the 24th. So I do have the coordinates of the New York Knicks in terms of their natal chart along with their transits right here behind me, as you can see here. And what made me kind of predict that the New York Knicks would not go further than where they are right now is the fact that the nodes of fate are actually squaring their natal nodes of fate. And you can see that here to my right, where the nodes of fate are actually in a square to their north node and their south node. And I did take a look at the New York Knicks' birth time. The New York Knicks were actually born on June the 6th of 1946. And this is the chart that I actually use in terms of figuring out what the transits are, figuring out what planets are transiting the natal chart of the New York Knicks. And what I found was that basically, the New York Knicks do not have a stellar chart in terms of this year, in terms of winning the NBA championship. Not only that, they don't have a chance of even going to the NBA championship, as we can see now, as I'm recording this on Wednesday, May the 28th. Why do I say this? Well, because the New York Knicks has mutable North Node and South Node placement. And we know that Virgo and Pisces are immutable signs. And we know that the North Node is in Pisces and the South Node is in Virgo. Therefore, there is a mutable square going on for the New York Knicks at this current time. And because of this is why the New York Knicks cannot fatefully win an NBA championship in the year of 2025, because the North Node and the South Node transits are squaring the natal North Node and South Node birth of the New York Knicks. So we know that the North Node and the South Node represents our fate and our destiny. So with a square there is a blockage in the fate and the destiny path of the New York Knicks winning an NBA championship in the year of 2025. I will be constructing a podcast episode of this. I've been very, very busy. I do apologize, but I will be launching one and it will be available to you tomorrow, Thursday, May the 29th. Thanks again. Peace.